I was just looking at some of our past videos of when we started seeds last year. And actually this week, last year, we started our onion seeds. So I came down here to our starter room and it is a mess. Look at all this junk, guys. This has been kind of accumulating throughout the year. I took a couple of our racks. Candace had to borrow some for school, and I've got one upstairs, but we need to get this room in order because we're gonna have to start a lot of seeds real soon in the next few weeks. I've actually got 2 different things that I'm gonna start today, but first we need to get this room into at least a little bit of an order that we can start our seeds and move around in. There's just some junk everywhere. I tried to overwinter some peppers here and they did not fare very well, and I shut the lights off probably a month ago. They've just been sitting there, so we're gonna get that stuff cleaned up, get our greenhouses set up, get our table over here set up so we can get our dirt in and start our seeds. And then we're gonna get those couple things started today and hopefully be able to eat on them in a few weeks here. Well, that is a good start right there. I've at least got everything kind of wiped down, everything in a little bit of an order. We did take, like I said, one of the shelves into Candace's classroom. She wanted to use it in her room. I do have one upstairs, and I think I'm going to purchase another one so I at least get back to the same quantity that I had at 4 shelves. I do have this little shelf here. We'll probably be using that as well. So before I get to planting those couple seeds, I just noticed that our sump pump is not working. So I don't think it's the pump. I think the lines are froze. I have been dealing with frozen pipes and frozen well houses and now frozen sump pumps all week long. We're at least getting back to normal temperatures in the 20 to 30 degree range, not the 22 below wind chill that we had a couple days ago. That was chilly getting up and going to work in the morning, let me tell you. So we are going to go deal with this sump pump first. I'm super glad I caught this before it started flooding out the basement, because I don't have a backup alarm system or anything on it. And the only way you know if the basement's flooding, if you go down there and it's got a wet floor. Oh yeah, she's froze right here by the house. Well, it looks like the entire pipes froze right from the house. There was about a 2-foot spot of that pipe where it wasn't insulated and froze up right there. I'm sure the rest of the line all the way down is froze too. I'm gonna see if I've got a chunk of pipe and I can take that chunk off, put a chunk on that's freed up, and hopefully we can get this other line thawed out. I don't know guys, we might have to make a trip to the store. So I've battled this well house for 2 days now. Right before the cold snap, I put this little bit of extra insulation on. It didn't really do much. I don't know what happened. It was just so cold. It just froze. I've got a little like a cal rod heater in there, and it does pretty good until it gets below 0, and then there's not much you can do. So I had to lift the lid, unplug that heater, put a different heater in with a thermostat on it, crank it up to 80 degrees, and I got my water back within about 25 minutes. So it wasn't super froze up right then. So I left the heater in for a couple days, and while it was super cold, that had worked fine. But I had a line in the house going to the wash machine. That froze up. Just got that thawed out last night. That was froze up for about 3 days. And we got that freed up so I can wash clothes. We've got water. Now we might have a wet basement if we don't get this other one figured out. So I'm gonna go in the barn and see if we can't find a chunk of that black pipe. All right, I was able to find a chunk of pipe, and it's about 12 foot long, but it gets it out far enough away from the house that I won't worry about it till the other one unthaws. Okay, this is the problem with this stuff. It's cold. It don't like to be taken off, and it don't like to be taken on. It don't like to be taken off or put back on. I've done this before. I've had it happen. Usually I have it insulated a little bit better, and I don't have this issue. But today I have this issue, so we're gonna have to deal with it. That's my problem. Usually I have leaves and straw up over that, like that, and it keeps it insulated. I don't know if I didn't put enough leaves over it this year or they blew off. Not real sure. Anyway, all right, I just got the pipe out there, and that's tough because I can't, it's so close to everything right here, I can't heat it. I can't heat that pipe up, and that's how you really get them on. Now when I'm gonna take this one out, push the other one back in. When I do that, I'll be able to bring it out here away from everything, put a little bit of heat to it, and then slip this end right on. Whew. It's always something. It seems like, especially this week with temperatures being so cold, I don't know, I've been messing with stuff all week long, water, and it's just been one of those weeks, guys. It's, you all have been there, you know exactly what I'm talking about. We are gonna attempt to pull this out quick. Oh, of course. Oh, there we go. There we go. All right, we'll come back and mess with this in a minute. All right, I was able to get that back on there. I'm gonna check, see if we got any leaks here quick. Looks like we're good there. All right, we're running back outside here. Make sure everything's draining the way it should, which I believe it is. And there's gonna be a lot of water in there. This is not ideal, pumping this out like this right in the yard, but I don't have a lot of option right now. Probably gonna have to get a bale of straw, put on this for now. I've been wanting to get an alarm on that sump pump for years, and it's just one of those things, once it's working, it's not a priority, you don't think about it. And the only way you know that that thing's flooded is you go down in the basement and there's water everywhere. Usually about that much water throughout the whole basement. And that is a mess to clean up. Okay, we're good. I'm going back downstairs, gonna check for leaks one more time, and then we're gonna get planting those seeds. Whew, holy moly. Always something going on here at the homestead. So what I wanted to do today, we've been eating a whole lot of lettuce lately, and we're supposed to be kind of helping out our diet with more greens and vegetables, just like everybody else is, but we're actually trying to do that. So we don't have any lettuce out in the garden right now because there's about 6 inches of snow on it. The best thing I can do is try to start some inside, and that's what I'm going to try to do today. And I've also got some microgreens here. We've done videos on microgreens before. We've eaten them quite a bit, but for whatever reason, in summer we don't eat the microgreens as much. I don't know why. I don't know why that is, but we're usually just busy outside in the garden doing all the garden things. But in the winter, we like to do a little bit more of the microgreens and add that in with our diet quite a bit. This is something that I like to do as well because it's super easy. You know, it doesn't take a whole lot of time. Put a little bit of dirt in a pan like this. It's just like a meal prep pan or something. Throw some seeds on it. I'll throw another one on top to darken it until they sprout, and then take the lid off and then wait a couple days, and you can come by and trim your microgreens and put them on whatever you want. Now the lettuce we start indoors usually for our garden. I'm going to try to actually grow this out underneath lights in the house here. I've got some Salanova lettuce here from Johnny's, and that's what we really like. We tried this in the summer last year, and it didn't work out great, but I'm also going to say we didn't put a lot of time into it. We planted the seeds, we watered them, but I didn't go much further than that. It was right in the middle of summer, and we were just doing other things. So that's what we're doing right now. I'm going to try to get a couple of these lettuce plants started, and then I'm going to transplant these into a much bigger pot. And I'm going to see if we can't get a head of lettuce to grow in the house. Now I've got 2 different kinds of Salanova from Johnny's, and then I've also just got some leaf lettuce. This is just a green ice leaf lettuce from Gurney's, and I typically like to do red leaf and green leaf and spinach and all sorts of things. I'm not doing that this time. I'm just trying. I'm going to give this one shot. But I believe since it's winter out and we don't have a whole lot going on right now that take our mind away from it, we can keep an eye on these a lot better and hopefully be able to eat some lettuce here in a few weeks. I'll keep you guys posted on that. I have one of these racks over here upstairs with some house plants on it. I'm going to take these upstairs. And the reason for that is I've already got the lights on up there. I don't want to set up a whole other set of lights down here going. And I'll be able to keep an eye on these a lot better upstairs when I'm walking past them all the time. And once these lettuce sprout right here, you know, they get about 1 inch tall, get sprouted, I'm going to up pot them real early. I want them to flourish. And I'm also going to give them a little bit of fish fertilizer once they get established as well. I'll keep you guys posted how this stuff turns out. We are going to be down here starting seeds real soon. Like I said at the beginning of the video, last year we had started our onion seeds this week in January. Now this year, I think our weather's going to be a bit different. It's going to be a bit colder, lasting into the spring, so I probably won't be able to get those onions out as soon as I did last year. We planted super early last year. That was wonderful, but we're not going to probably be able to do that this year. So I'm going to wait probably another week or so. We'll get those planted, and we've got some other starts here that we're going to get going as well. If you have plants that you start in your house early and like to munch on, or just like to get a good jump on the gardening season, let me know in the comments what you guys are starting right now. We are in Michigan. I believe we're in 5B. For our zone. Let me know your zone. Let me know what you're planting. Let me know what you guys are getting ready for, because before we know it, we're going to be outside in the garden with our hands in the dirt and planting some of these beautiful veggies. Thanks, guys.